in the mid-cap space that are breaking out. Look at the Nifty mid-cap select 25 index. Just 25 stocks and doing phenomenally well, headed for a record high. The Nifty 100 mid-cap, the Nifty mid-cap 400 and the Nifty mid-cap 250 indices are also moving towards record highs. In the small cap space, small cap 50 and small cap 100 index are in super top shape. So this is where you are going to focus on as far as the trades are concerned on the long and the short side. Forget the Nifty for a moment and pay attention to only these indices and stocks within them. You have a lot of strength which is coming into counters like Grow from the broking space. I'll request the PCR to kindly show us the chart of Billion Garage Ventures Limited, better known as Grow. This is something that is moving in strength, and that's because the underlying mid-cap space is in top shape. In fact, the indices that I have mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, have gone up by 4 to 7% in the last 30 trading sessions, 22 trading sessions. So this is where the momentum is. This is where you should focus. Leave the Nifty and the Bank Nifty aside. They are range bound, and in a trade, if they hit 24,200 on the Nifty, leave it, wait for it to come down to 24,000 and then buy it. Look at L&T Finance. This is a stock which is likely to reclaim its previous high. This is in strength. And of course, look at Kalyan Jewellers. Kalyan ji ne to Kalyan hi kar rakha hai. बहुत ही बढ़िया momentum that you see for the last 4 trading sessions. On 8th of July, the stock was at 371, now at 510. Apart from that, you have strong momentum coming into stocks such as GMR Airport and Ipca Labs. These are the 5 stocks that you have to see as far as prices are concerned, and this is where the momentum needs to be chased. Ipca at a fresh record high over the last 2 weeks or so, and this momentum is building up. Let's get another view in. Mr. Rupak De, Senior Technical Analyst at LKP Securities, join us. Namaste Rupak ji, and a very warm welcome. The weekly expiry of the Nifty today, we see a gap down. Yesterday, the same gap down was purchased. How are you watching sentiment as far as this index is concerned?
Good morning, Shailendra ji. So, I find Nifty to be consolidating within the bands of 24,200 and 23,300. So, we have a very crucial support at 23,800. Till the time it is not breaking, Nifty is not breaking below this support, I think bulls will be able to save the Nifty. I think 23,800 is going to act as very crucial support for near term as well as for the short term. Till the time it is not broken, I don't think any kind of directional down move might be seen in Nifty. Even though crude has risen above 200 days moving average, as you have pointed that rightly. Definitely, the strength, the weakness is coming from the crude, and that has been rattling Nifty for the last 2 days. Yesterday also we started gap down. Today also we are going to start with the gap down, and however, we expect Nifty to recover from 24,000 because 24,000 is an immediate support. And however, on the higher end, we need to close above 24,200 decisively, like 2-3 days.
Right,
we need to close above that.
Right. We'll be discussing a couple of trades in a while. Abha joins the show. Good morning.
Good morning, Shell. All right, let's take a look. You know, we've had Asia a little lower this morning. And as you said, Shell, it is expiry. Yesterday was flat. So clearly not necessarily looking for too much action today. But we do have specific stocks to track. And I think HCL Tech is one. We'll be keeping an eye on that post earnings. It's a beat on estimates and has also retained guidance. So let's get a check on HCL Tech on the chart. And there you have it. US, Asia, all were down overnight. So If I can get a check on that one, as you know, on HCL Tech.
Yeah, definitely. The stock has given a consolidation breakout, and I think the sentiment is likely to remain positive over the short term. And on the higher end, it might move towards 1350. Whereas on the lower end, one should put a stop loss below 1170.
What's really happened, Abha, is that yesterday there was a very, very strong rally on TCS. Of course, TCS declared numbers last week, and a lot of tech spaces are warming up to gains, and of course, earnings are helping as well. HCL Tech is way, way, way below 200-day DMA, so there is a lot of catch up to be done, and these are good stocks, deep cash companies, debt-free companies. It's just that the overall environment for tech has been really bad. But one very exciting thing happening, Abha, is the free fall that we see in South Korea, the Kospi index, and that is releasing a lot of money from India. You will not believe how Kospi is falling. Yesterday, it was down 9%. Today morning, it's down 3.5%. And from a high of 9367, which was in the middle of June, it is now at 6553. So this is very easily mathematically a 30-35% correction, and this is what we were waiting for. This has eased the selling pressure in India and added to the bullish sentiment.
The silver lining. All right. Well, yeah, US and Asia overnight are not looking pretty for sure. I want to bring up Grasim as well. The stock was down yesterday. They've agreed to acquire Spring Energy from Shell overseas. It's a deal valued at about 1.8 billion, a renewable energy platform that they're looking to create. But the markets yesterday had given it a thumbs down. How's Grasim looking on the charts?
So yesterday, Grasim has fallen below its 50 days exponential moving average, and the stock is looking a bit weak as compared to a few days back. So I think there is a support at 3120. If the stock falls below 3120, the correction might extend. So if somebody is holding the stock, he can continue holding the stock with a stop loss of 3120.
All right, we have a whole host of earnings today. There's LT Technology, Tata Elxsi, Jindal SAW, for instance, even more names and numbers, Den Networks, Aditya Birla Money. So lots and lots of earnings that we're expecting. In terms of chart action or valuations, any of these names are also attractive when it comes to technicals, because then we'll keep an eye as well on how they're reacting to the Q1 updates.
So on chart front, I think Dell Network has reclaimed 200 days moving average for the second time in the last 1 month or so. So I think there might be some more positivity around the stock, and on the higher end, the stock might move towards 33, 34 in the short term, whereas a stop loss can be placed below 29.
Okay, fair point. I'll request the PCI to kindly show us the chart of the Nifty mid-cap index and mid-cap select index, and you will see the kind of rally that has come in. This is the mid-cap 100 index, obviously made up of 100 shares, but look at the mid-cap select index made up only of 25 shares. This is where maximum strength lies, and Abha, the most powerful stock in that space is Paytm. Very, very strong breakout yesterday. Let's get Rupak to analyze Paytm for our viewers. We've seen 1,000 rupees somewhere in mid-June and now 1,400 almost.
So Paytm definitely gave a decent breakout few years back, and it has been consolidated. It has been continuing its uptrend, and I think the uptrend might continue over the short to medium term. But for the time being, I think in the near term, in next 2-3 days, there might be some profit booking, which might take the stock towards 1320, 1340 kind of level. Then, so if somebody is holding the stock, he can continue holding the stock with a stop loss of 1300.
But the price that you see is now what we saw in January of 2021. This is the post-listing phase in which the stock was falling like 9 pins, and from a low of 364 in May of 2024, we are now at 1386.
Absolutely. All right. Oil-linked stocks, let's pull those up as well, simply because we're again seeing chaos on the geopolitical front. I want to get a sense of, where some of those names are. It's not just the OMCs. It'll be paint counters, tires, aviation, anything linked to crude will once again be in focus. Brent back up towards the 80 mark. So, Trump is saying he's reinstating a blockade. He's also calling for payments on cargo shipped through it to reimburse the U.S. for providing protection in the area. So, even though Brent is far from those peak time highs, it's again escalating. Anything that you're concerned about, Rupak?
So, about Asian Paints, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, so the stock is currently holding above its 50 days moving average, exponential moving average, and I think there should not be any problem till the time stock is holding above 26.26. Once the stock falls below 26.26, then only we might see some more extension of the correction.
Abha, it's one of those things which defy logic. My understanding is that our markets have now ignored oil because they know it's being operated by the top man globally. And even yesterday, you saw a gap down opening in which the Nifty was purchased around 24,000 rupees. This is exactly what is going to happen today as well. So you will see oil climbing above till about $85 a barrel, and then the trade will be reversed. US and Iran will again become friends, and Hormuz will be opened. Once oil is at 65, again they will become enemies, and Hormuz will be shut. So 65 to 85, and then back from 85 to 65. That's the trade.
All right. A few other names we've got: NHPC, BEL. NHPC has resumed commercial power generation from one of its units, and they've also added commercial operations. This is in Sikkim. BEL in focus as they've secured additional orders. We've not talked about it for a while. I guess there's been other action, but we know that it's a preferred one in the market. There was a little bit of a cool off in the middle. Where does it lie on your radar, Rupak?
So if I see the chart of BEL, it has fallen below its important moving averages, and currently the stock is sitting comfortably below its 200 days moving average. So I feel the stock is in weak hands. It is in weak zone, and the correction might extend in the short term. Whereas on the higher end, resistance is placed at 420. Above 420, the stock might regain its strength.
We'll also look at the strength that is coming in the NBFC space and talk about two important stocks, Abha. The two biggest ones, one is of course Shriram Finance. Lots of mid-cap funds have started adding to Shriram Finance. Let's see what Rupak feels about this stock. A very nice 4-5 day correction, and yesterday it started to boil up. Rupak ji, Shriram Finance.
Stock chart is looking good. I think the more positivity might come into the stock. I think on the higher end, the stock might reach towards 1120. Whereas on the lower end, one should place a stop loss below 1020.
And in the same breath, let's also look at Bajaj Finserv. This is both an insurance play, now an AMC play, as also the NBFC business at 200-day DMA, 1908. We've seen better days here, 2200, but let's see what Rupak's view on Bajaj Finserv is.
So following a significant rally on the daily time frame, the stock has been consolidating for the last few days, but I think there is a possibility that the stock might give a breakout on the higher end. 1930 would be a resistance. Above 1930, the stock will gather more momentum around itself, and in that case, the stock might move towards 2050. One should hold the stock with a stop loss of 1880.
Rupak, what are your tips from the broader market?
So overall broader market might remain more or less positive. I think sentiment might favor the boost till the time we are above 2400 and 23,800. And overall stock specific movement will be there. The FIs are still holding 54% in long position in the stock futures. The selective stocks might remain positive in the short to medium term.
8:47, ladies and gentlemen. We are 13 minutes away from the market opening. Remember, focus on mid caps and small caps. Leave the Nifty for institutional traders, or wait for the gap down to come and then buy towards 24,000. That's the most sensible thing that we can look at in the markets from past experience. Let's discuss a little more stocks as far as prices are concerned. A view on GMR Airport, Rupak. The stock now headed for a multi-month breakout, and this is a low ticket high beta item. What are the charts telling you at 114?
So absolutely, the stock is looking very good with its high top high bottom formation, and the stock is continuously sustaining above its all the critical moving averages. I think 116 would be a next minor resistance. Above that, the stock might move into more momentum, and in that case the stock might move towards 122. The support is placed at 111.
Abha, the last time we saw 114, it was December of 2007. What were you doing then?
I was doing exactly this, Shell.
I knew you would answer this because I was also doing exactly the same thing.
I was like, hasn't
nothing has
much,
changed in our lives.
Not at all, not in 20 years. But I have to say, we've seen a lot of historic moments, and even though markets have been super resilient through COVID and otherwise, I think these kind of unprecedented shocks, like what's happening in West Asia and so on, these are all historic moments, and we've been resilient, but it's all very new.
You know, I just sort of worked out a thesis on how to make very serious money in this kind of an environment. All you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is choose two funds, any two, and you know, choose it from the AMC so that you pay lesser and lesser monthly annual maintenance charges on that. And irrespective of what the market is, keep on doing your SIP. Book profit whenever you want and take out as much money as you like for your expenses, but don't stop the SIP. Abha, the returns are phenomenal. Some funds, you know, we have invested and forgotten about them completely. And then came this digitized version of the cash statement which you get on your email because you mentioned your PAN number ages ago. And suddenly you realize a mail comes, oh, that fund is there which you invested 20 years ago. I wish I had put in even a 500 rupees SIP. So that was a mistake which I am not letting my children do. So they are putting SIPs, you should too.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, that is definitely the best way to invest in the markets. I think, you know, we've spoken about a bunch of different, I mean, banks and financials stay on everyone's list. We've talked about aviation being hit, keep an eye on Spice, on Indigo, I mean, on a whole bunch of these. Other than that, I think pharma has been the one area the markets have been finding some amount of safety as well as potential in. Some of them in the news today as well. Biocon has said that Mylan plans to sell its stake in the company through a block deal. Alembic has talked about the US health regulators issued them a warning following an inspection at Vadodara. But these continue to keep happening, of course. But within the pharma, healthcare, diagnostics pack, Rupak, anything that's standing out to you?
Yeah, obviously the pharmaceutical sector stocks are doing good. So I have one stock to share that is Aster DM. The stock is moving within a rising channel, and recently the stock has given a consolidation breakout, and I think the momentum might remain in the near term. And on the higher end, the stock might move towards 870, whereas on the lower end, one should place a stop loss below 800.
Fair point. That's a space which is doing immensely well, which is the healthcare hospital space. People have made a lot of money. Abha, I remember Aster at somewhere like 200 rupees 3-4 years ago, and it used to go a begging. Now it's at such a massive rally.
So, Shell, you know we have these earnings coming up today. I'm just going to have some fun with you. But
Yeah, of course.
Out of these names, which are the ones you're watching for? Which are the ones you think markets couldn't care less? And which ones do you think, need some good news, okay? So...
Am I the only one you found out in the morning?
So, Tata Elxsi.
By the dip.
By the dip. Jindal Saw.
By the rally.
Den Networks.
Forget it.
Aditya Birla Money.
I haven't seen the chart for a while. I'll stay quiet on that.
Okay, and LT Tech Services.
By the dip.
By the dip. All right, that's all. Out of those 5, you've got at least 3 calls coming in from Shell.
See, Jindal Saw is a very interesting counter, Abha, and it's a pure Middle East play. Whatever you might hear about Mr. Trump and the Iranian regime fighting each other out, there will be reconstruction. And now people in the Middle East will avoid the Hormuz and set up pipelines on ground or undersea, which will avoid Hormuz, and there will be no disruptions. And who will provide the pipes? 3 companies: Maharashtra Seamless, Jindal Saw, Welspun Corp. Welspun is already at a record high. Jindal Saw has started moving. I haven't checked Maharashtra Seamless for a while, but my gut feel says if you show us the long-term chart, in the last 3 months, it would have added a lot of value, Abha.
Okay, there are actually about 18 companies reporting today, but I won't go through all of those. And keep an eye on HCL Tech, of course. We already saw it move up yesterday, but numbers also came in. Keep an eye on that one, and a few other heavyweights will also be reporting through the week. So it'll be at least some activity coming in on that front. It's a beat on estimates for you on HCL numbers on your screen there. You do have one brokerage view coming in also on UBS. They've cut Wari Energy's share price target by 30%. Lots of challenges that they've flagged. I don't know if this is one that either you or Rupak have looked at recently, Shell, but they've said challenges for the solar industry, consolidation in the industry. So at a time when everyone's buying into energy, but perhaps different forms of renewables, on solar, UBS has actually cut its target by 30%. Rupak?
Yeah, the stock has given a consolidation breakdown on the daily time frame, and it has been sustaining below its important moving averages. So I think sentiment might remain weak, and the stock might extend its correction towards 2700 in the short term. On the higher end, resistance is placed at 2950.
Okay. Let's also look at some other stocks which are doing immensely well as far as charts are concerned. A view on Bajaj Finance, Rupak ji, what are your thoughts?
Bajaj Finance chart is looking good, more or less good, as it is sustaining above its important moving averages, but it needs to move beyond 1060 to witness a momentum buying. So currently hold the stock with a stop loss of 990.
Okay. Anything that you are observing as far as broader gains are concerned in the pharma space? What looks good?
In the pharma space, I like Glenmark Pharma, then Lupin, but I would like to share the chart of Sun Pharma. The stock has given a falling channel breakout on the monthly time frame, and I think a significant move might come over the short to medium term. On the higher end, the stock might move towards 2150, whereas on the lower end, I would place a stop loss below 1870.
Okay, perfect. Anything that you may want to add on the Nifty group of stocks? Even HDFC Bank is way below its 200-day DMA. What are the charts telling you?
So HDFC Bank is looking very good, but it might take some time to move up. I think it has been consolidating, and the consolidation might continue over the short term as well. One should start stock SIP into the stock, and I think the stock might move towards 990, 1000 in the next nine months to 1 year. And on the lower end, support is there, but one should start doing stock SIP into the stock.
Okay, fair point. What is the status of the charts as far as Grasim is concerned?
Chart has become a bit weak after the stock has fallen below its 21 EMA. I think correction might extend. Keep a stop loss at 31.20. Below that, I think the weakness might increase.
Okay, fair point. We are 3 minutes away from the market. A view on Bank Nifty, Rupak, what do you think?
So Bank Nifty has been outperforming the Nifty, and I think any kind of rally in the market will be led by banking space and financial space. So I think Bank Nifty might remain strong. There is a support at 57,300. Till the time it is remaining above 57,300, I think the bulls will have it.
Okay, fair point. That's the view, ladies and gentlemen. We are now 2 minutes away from the market open as far as pre-open trades are concerned. Final check happening on both the indices as well as major asset classes. Rupak ji, what are the charts of gold as well as silver telling you?
So if I check the recent chart, the gold has fallen below its 50 EMA on the weekly time frame. So the weakness is, some bit of weakness is there. I think support is there at $39, $35. So till the time it is remaining above that, I think sideways to mild bearishness might prevail there. But below 39, 35, significant correction might come in gold. For silver, it is looking a bit more bearish as compared to gold. I think next support is at 55. Below 55, it might intensify its correction.
Okay, perfect. That's the view that is coming in as far as markets are concerned, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at the pre-open now. Remember, the Nifty will open gap down, wait for 24,000 to be tested, and then possibly step in on the long side. 24,950, 24,900 as 23,900 and 23,850 are very, very strong supports on the index. Let's hope they are not tested, and we will then analyze the first 15 minutes of trade. It's a 200-point dip on the Nifty. It's not looking good initially. Let us see how it pans out. 10% uptick on Motilal Oswal Financial Services, we'll ignore that. Where else are the moves coming in as far as counters are concerned? Let's look at HCL Tech. This is the stock that I want to see. 10% higher. Okay, this will obviously improve and have a sensible value. Infosys is 0.7% higher. ICICI Bank is 1.1% higher. Zensa Technologies in the green, 1.7% higher. So it's a tech day again. What's slipping in trade? I want to see what HDFC Bank is doing. 2 percentage points lower, 801. SBI 0.5% lower. So banks are going to pull it down. ICICI Bank is also in the red. So that's how it is. Let's look at what Reliance is doing. I don't see it in the first 4 or 5 stocks. Let me just change the group. Yes, Reliance at the moment is there 19 rupees lower for you. Let's look at the winners in the F&O space and then take a very, very quick break. Grasim, as I've been pointing